You get back what you give. 'Cause when that sun comes up tomorrow, it's a new chance to begin. And I believe one day we'll count the cost to find what is gained is more than what is lost. One day we'll count the cost to find what is gained is more than what is lost. One day we'll count the cost to find what is gained is more than what is lost. One day we'll count the cost to find what is gained is more than what is lost. One day we'll count the cost to find what is gained is more than what is lost. We'll count the cost.
Rocky turned 18, he volunteered to be a Marine. He got a set of tags and a rucksack, and they shipped him to the Middle East. 2 tours in the desert sun, man, he's seen a thing or two. When I asked him why he went and risked his life, he said, you do what you gotta do. I did it for the country, I didn't do it for the money, I did it for the hometown crowd, so they can get loud on the weekends when they party. Yeah, I did it for me, I did it for you, for the red, the white, and the blue. Yeah, the land of the free. Yeah, I did it for the country. Rocky bought a guitar, man, he learned how to bend them strings. Never thought in a million years he'd play in Nashville, Tennessee. Every night he's in the neon lights, chasing that honky-tonk dream. When I asked him why, he just laughed and smiled, and this is...
Hi, my name is Doug. I'm the president of Guardians of the Purple Heart, and we are a 501c3 approved nonprofit organization based here in southeastern Connecticut that specializes in obtaining items or services for Connecticut combat wounded veterans that aren't being met by other organizations like the VA. So what we like to think is where the VA or these other establishments have to leave off because of their corporate red tape and limitations, we can come in behind them and fulfill these needs by reaching out to the community, working with our vast network of supporters, and just coming together as a whole and supporting these Purple Heart recipients and improving their overall quality of life. A lot of people ask us how do they get involved and how do they join in on the fun with us. A lot of things you could do. Follow us on Facebook, #1, Instagram, Twitter. Go to our website at gotph.org. You can send donations, send us a message. Spread the word of what we're doing. All the Connecticut Purple Heart recipients, you know, we are out there trying to make a difference in their lives. So please give us a hand and join in on the fun.
Hey, this is Texas singer-songwriter Sergeant Scotty Frazier, proud to have served in the United States Marine Corps and now proud to serve with music. I am honored to be interviewed by and partner with Fubar Studio, the best in military and veteran supporting podcasts. Check them out, and thank you for your service for our American heroes. Also check out scottyfrazier.com for more of my music, and check us out on Spotify, Amazon, and where all good things are streaming. Semper Fi, rock and roll.
Bring your appetite down to Big Belly Cafe, 140 Gore Street, Webster, Mass. for curbside, takeout, and indoor seating. Visit BigBellyCafe.com to view their hours, menu, and order online. For reservations, please call ahead at 508-949-2433. Follow Big Belly Cafe on Facebook for weekly and daily specials. And remember, all veterans receive a discount for their recognition of service. Big Belly Cafe. Reedy's Archery, located in Middleborough, Mass. at 121 Wood Street, has been a staple in the area since 1993 and has become the one-stop pro shop for competitive target archers and bow hunters from New England. Reedy's is open Monday through Thursday, 12 p.m. to 8 p.m., Saturdays, 10 p.m. to 4 p.m. Make sure to visit reedysarchery.com and follow them on Facebook to keep up with upcoming events. Reedy's Archery, dedicated to the archer. Wolf Aviation Network is the only flight school in the area utilizing the Airwolf Simulator AATD and the specialized Part 61 training program designed to save students money while increasing safety and efficiency. Creating safe pilots is our first priority. Our flight sim is the perfect training device. It is designed to prepare students adequately before taking flight in our aircraft. Fly with us and save money. Wolf Aviation. Reserve your spot at 413-563-1929 and visit wolfaviationnetwork.com.
Red light, this should be the red light. You got anything?
This is what we train for, every day.
We just received new intel that there's an enemy presence at the airstrip compound.
All those years. When you're the first to arrive, it's not enough to be ready. You have to be relentless. It's our job to control the ground and the sky, wherever they may meet, even behind enemy lines. They call us one-man air traffic control towers, but we're more than that.
Ivy Lima Charlie, break. Airfield is stable. You are clear to land.
We turn hell into an airstrip. And clear the way for others to follow.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Welcome everybody. Welcome to another episode. I'm your host Doug, and today we've got a special guest with us. Just want to give a definitely big shout out to our last guest, as well as to all of the viewers that checked in with us. It's definitely this. The podcast is definitely going strong. We definitely want you to check us out on both of the podcasts, which is Homeland Heroes Salute Podcast, and also Fubar Studios Veteran Reinforcement, which is the podcast. You can find us on social media under Fubar Studio. But today we've got a special guest with us today. We've got Caleb Montgomery. This right here. This kid, I call kid. He's younger than me. I'm just now in my 40s now. But young gentleman right here, Caleb Montgomery, the next troubadour right here. I want him to definitely dive in, tell us a little bit about you, and thank you for coming on this evening. We really do appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, Doug. Well, my name's Caleb Montgomery. I'm a singer-songwriter based out of Susanville, California, way up northeast in the good corner, we call it. But I've been playing guitar for about 15 years, and just recently, well, not recently, but over the last 4, 5, 6 years, maybe, I started songwriting and really honing in that craft. Last year, we took one of my songs to Nashville, and that kind of launched this whole thing. And since then, I've just been promoting what I have out, playing shows here and there. We're getting ready to gear up for some tours this next year, and just dotting our I's and crossing our T's and hoping for a good 2025.
Oh, absolutely. And have you, because I know you're with, Label 22 Records and management. Which you've got some good artists that are been up and coming, like Scotty Hastings and stuff like that, Chris Turner.
Absolutely.
Those guys, I'll tell you, those guys, are up and coming, and hopefully you're going to be doing some tours with them, because it's going to be nice. If you get out here to Boston, you got to come out to Boston. You got to come out to the East Coast. You know, Tennessee, Nashville. That's like East Coast, southern part. But love to get you up here and be able to hopefully see you up here in concerts. You know, and you know, who are you looking like right now for the upcoming 2025? Who are you looking at potentially doing some tours with, or grouping together with some songs?
Just first and foremost, I obviously love being out with the Label22 guys and playing shows with them. Chris Turner's a phenomenal dude. I see him all the time, and we're always together when I'm back in Nashville, but I've never played with him. So it'd be awesome to play with him. And then I've got a buddy up in Kentucky named Jace Turley. He's a phenomenal kid, super talented, and I'd love to get on the road with him. But along with that, we're talking about some major tours, some opening tours, maybe for, you know, guys like the genre of Wyatt Flores, Sierra Farrell, the more Americana, traditional country side of things.
Yeah, I mean that's gonna be good. That's gonna be definitely a good opening for in either one of those.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be good. I've got to definitely start looking at what your shows are going to be coming up, because I do quite a bit of traveling myself with our nonprofit, which is through Fubar Studios Veteran Reinforcement. We do a lot of Tennessee, Kentucky, Ohio. And then also down to Houston and down to Florida, which is going to be quite a bit. But again, I want to get out to one of those shows that you're going to be at, you know, because it's amazing just to hear your voice and be able to see you play. You know, you're not the first of your family to being in music, isn't that correct?
That's absolutely correct. So my dad played back in the day. He actually got the honor of playing the Ryman for a Christmas special one year, and he met all the greats, you know, Chris Christopherson, Crystal Gale, Willie Nelson was there. I could go on and on. Such a cool story. Yeah. And my mom's side of the family had family bands. My great-grandpa on my dad's side, he was a pianist for Lefty Frizzell. One of my favorite stories about my grandpa is, you know, they had their 50s, 60s band, and they did their thing, the clean cut cowboy thing, and Buck Owens joined their band and wanted to kind of play some of the newer stuff that was coming out of Nashville. And my grandpa kicked him out of his band for wanting to play the new stuff. Buck Owens.
Yeah, man, oh man. That'll be a talk of the town for something like that to happen. I mean, that's crazy, but still, that's a lot of good you know, individuals that you know, you guys have been playing with and been able to be a part of. You know, you've got some big shoes to be filling with that family, as Willie Nelson would say, family tradition right here.
Absolutely.
Know? So, you know,
Hank Jr. family tradition.
Hank Jr. Now, why did
That's
I think,
it. That's it.
Why was I thinking Willie? I know I was listening.
There's
to Willie.
got to be a Willie song.
There's got to be. But I remember listening to Family Tradition just recently. I was upstairs before we got on here, and I'm like, I was just listening. And my son's like, he's just tapping away, and he has his leg up on his knee, and he's just tapping along. He's another one that my son is even into music. He can tell you so much, and it's like, kid, you love music. And he's like, yep. And I'm like, this is perfect. He's taking it from me. But you know, who really as like a music you know, music artist, who really did you kind of lean towards, or, you know, when you started getting into playing, who was that go-to music that you would just pick up the guitar and start playing? Who was that?
That's a phenomenal question. That's a great question. So I started singing. So Tyler Childers was my main guy. He's got that high and lonesome bluegrass voice. When I was starting out, my voice was higher. Obviously, I was young, and I loved that high and lonesome sound. And it's so funny because I couldn't stand him. He was just getting popular, and I couldn't stand that voice at first, and I thought he was so overrated and this and that. And I'd been playing guitar for a long time at this point and wanted to try singing. And Feathered Indians, one of his, I think his most popular song, came across me. And I said, you know what? I've got this high voice. Maybe I could give this a try. Yeah. And went home, grabbed my guitar off the wall and started belting that. And, you know, I thought I was so good. I thought I was like, oh my gosh, I can do this. This is who I am now. I sucked because I was young. I sucked, but it gave me just enough. I was good enough, and it gave me just enough of an idea to stick with it, you know? So Tyler Childers and that Metamodern Country, the Americana sound, that's still who I am.
Yeah. Now, you know, as because we've been talking, I think I reached out to you probably a few months ago, and you know, because again, a lot of the guys that I have as music artists that come on, as my earpieces keeps coming out, a lot of the guys that I have that usually come on are like military veterans and stuff like that, which, you know, I know you didn't serve, and you made that clear. You're like, yeah, I wish I could serve, but, you know, I didn't serve, and it was, you know, your grandpa that served.
Yes.
You know, and so, which is, I mean, absolutely. And that, again, I don't, everybody does their own part on supporting military veterans and stuff like that. And I know Label22 also is like, you know, is like known for military.
Yes, absolutely.
But it was like, I kind of took me in, because I'm like, I still liked your music, and I'm like, I like the whole sound, I like the whole way it is being performed. I'm like, but I really kind of want to reach out to him. I'm like, I want to, you know, get you on. And you were like, yeah, it was my grandfather. You know, can you give us a little story, you know, a little background, you know, and story, you know, regarding your grandpa? Because, I mean, you probably looked up to him as a kid growing up.
Absolutely.
You know, most kids do, you know.
Yeah, so he's just a phenomenal gentleman. He's very quiet, very reserved, but he was a captain in the Navy and did dental joint force for some of that. And I've never really talked to him much about it. I remember being a little kid, and he'd have the 50 BMG shells from the ship that he'd give me and my little brother to play with. But I don't know a whole lot about it, but I know that he really encompasses what it means to be a captain in the Navy. And just the stories I've heard from before to after, I mean, he had an athletic scholarship to, I think it was Arizona State or whatever the big university down there in Arizona was, and he did track and football. And then after that, he went into the military, and he's just one of those guys that's an overachiever, and you'd never know it. Just a phenomenal guy.
Yeah, no, and it sounds like it. And you know, because I know I'm like it's like seventh generation military.
Wow.
My son, who is now 16, my oldest, he, again, like even tonight, he sends me a picture of him and his fatigues, and he's in the Marine Corps, Junior ROTC Marine Corps. And he's
Nice.
like, Dad, I want to get in, I want to go, I want to join. I said, you've got plenty of time, just finish school, do your thing, and, you know, I'm not telling you no, and I'm not telling you yes. I just want you to do what you want to do. You know, and a lot of, I don't push my kid. I don't push my kid to say, you know, go and join.
Right.
Do what you want, and that's how the family has always been. It's like we don't expect you to join, but we don't expect you not to join. We just want you to do what you want to do. And that sounds like, I mean, again, it sounds like, you know, your grandfather, you know, pretty much probably guided you and even your dad, just like to do what you want to do as you grow up. It's not expected, and it's always nice to see that when we have guests on that are veterans or even, you know, family members of veterans, that we try to honor those family members by just bringing them up and talking about them, because, you know, as you were talking about him, you can see your whole facial expression regarding him. It's like it kind of brought you joy on remembering him.
Absolutely.
You know, and I will ask. I mean, is your grandfather still around?
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
Yeah, he's right down the road, actually.
See, hey, I don't ever want to assume, because like even my grandfather, God rest his soul, was taken from us too early at the age of 75.
Oh man.
You know, but again, you know, it runs stuff runs in our family, and dementia was one of them. But you know, again, it's when I talk about him, it's always like it brings me joy, but also sometimes it's like, boom, it kind of brings you tears. But
and that's the best, you know. It's like it's nice to be able to remember him like that. And my great grandpa, who one of the biggest influences in my music career, he just recently passed, and just being able to talk about him and smile and remember those things, that's exactly what they would have wanted.
Yeah.
You know.
No, it's so true. It's what they want, and what they, you know, wouldn't want anything else. They wouldn't want anything else but you to remember and smile about it and enjoy the times that you have with them. Because it's those times will be gone at some point. It's just a question of when. You know, and so. Does your grandpa go to a lot of your shows to root you on sometimes, or is he sometimes still that reserved kind of person? Like,
he does. He's so proud, and it's awesome to see his face light up when we go up to perform or get off the stage. And it's kind of a trade-off between him and my grandmother, who are at the shows, because I've got a great grandmother with pretty bad dementia that they have to watch. So for local shows, it's one or the other, but he just absolutely loves coming out.
Yeah. That's good. That's always a good thing. And you know, that you know, they do that, and that, you know, it's sad that, you know, you're going through the whole dementia with your grandmother, you know, but it's again, she's gonna remember it too, as you know, hearing you play, and you know, it's definitely one of the good parts.
Absolutely, it's so cool. The studies they've done with music and dementia, and how they kind of go hand in hand in memory and everything, because she gets a little foggy sometimes, which is expected. But you know, we pick some bluegrass for her. She comes over for Thanksgiving and Christmas and the holidays, or we go over to their house and see her and bring the guitars and fiddles and everything, and it's like back to normal. She's tapping her foot and singing along, and it's amazing.
It brings back the memories of those like early days in probably her life, that she is going right back to, and it's like boom. She's thinking about it, and it's like it's the same thing. My grandfather went through it, and it was like, you know, when he would hear certain things, he would then click, and boom, it was like, okay, now I remember this, I remember that, and it's like it's perfect, you know, and everything, and it's like all right, but we're gonna get back to a little bit more with you on, you know, your career in the music industry. You know, you've only been with just the one label company so far in your career. in the music industry, if I'm not mistaken as well. Correct?
Yep.
Yep.
Just Label22.
You know, as 2025 is coming up, you do have some stuff that will be coming up, and where the viewers can find that information, they're going to be able to go right onto your website, which is I believe it was what was it, Caleb Joe Montgomery.
CalebJoelMontgomery.com.
Yeah. And so they'll be able to
That's
see
it.
it because it's like right up under your music. It says like music tab, which is like right up underneath your bio.
Yeah, I worked hard on that stupid website, man. I tried to make everything easy.
I'll tell you, building a website and trying to get it where it's very easy to be able to go be able just to flow straight through. It's kind of crazy, but it's with that time. It does get to that point where it's like, all right, now you can see that the flow is perfect, and it's just right. You know, and so with that, you know, you're also on a lot of the other social media platforms where the viewers can you know, get your music, which is like Amazon, Amazon Music, iTunes. Are you on? I didn't see it, but I could have been looking the wrong spot. But I know a lot of music artists also still use like SoundCloud and stuff.
I'm not sure if I'm on SoundCloud. I should be. I'm pretty sure I am. I'm on everything.
Yep.
When we do distribution, I go straight to all platforms, and that includes, you know, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. So I am everywhere.
So that will I mean, you got all the links right off of your bio or on your website anyways. It gives you all the links to a lot of that stuff anyways.
Yep.
So that's always a positive, which it's linked. It's easy to get out that way.
Yeah, it's just the way people work these days, especially with the rise of you know, being dependent on the internet. It's how many clicks can we take away from this process? Let's get them from A to B in the least amount of clicks possible. So we put in that work for you guys to make sure that everything's easy to find and all of that. So we hope we're doing a good job over here on our end.
Oh, absolutely, and that's always like the key to be able to get that where it's a short path to get to everything you need right off of it. You know, and some of the new music that you're releasing so far is that the ones that you were sending over me earlier, which was like the I believe was the steel guitar, ain't crying. And then
Yep, Steel Guitar Ain't Crying Anymore and Speed of Sound. And those tracks are off of my debut album, Food Stamps Don't Buy Flowers, which was released earlier this year, I believe in April.
Yeah, which I'll tell you, that the cover of that, spot on.
Oh, thank you so
much.
Dude,
I was like, I love the cover, because usually when you go and buy it, like when I'm, again, back in my day, when you looked at the cassette tapes and you looked at CDs and stuff, the CD cases, you know, you would see the actual cover of it, and it was like, this is cool. This is how this is done. This is who's this.
Yep.
You know, and it was like, oh, this is perfect. And when I saw that, I'm like, dude, that's like spot on. When I saw
yeah,
it.
and everything about that album art and everything about the album is so intentional, and I put so much thought into it. So the album's called Food Stamps Don't Buy Flowers. So instead of just some regular flowers, I got an artist and went around and took pictures of all the wildflowers around my area here. I wanted to use all the wildflowers from where I'm from, and then the mason jar on the old table. Yeah. I think it just comes together to form this really good idea of what Food Stamps Don't Buy Flowers means.
Yeah. No, it hit it, and I'm like, dude, this is crazy. That's perfect. You know, it's just like when songs come up and they who was it? Another country. It was a country artist that what was it? Buy Dirt?
Oh man, I can't remember who sings that one.
I'm like drawing a blank at this moment, but it's but it was just how they came up with that, and then the label that came up, the actual cover for that. It was like, oh, this is crazy. Again, It's these small little things when you see it. It kind of it's catchy and it's great, and it's another thing that hits. It's like you got to make sure you pick the right covers for each one of them to when you're coming out with a new label. It's our new
100%.
It's like it's frustrating, but it's like when you get it, you got it, and it's right on.
And even these days, people see the album cover before they hear your music. So we're a visual species.
Yes.
Gotta have something engaging there on the front end to act as a billboard to say, hey, this song might be kind of cool, or this album might be kind of cool.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely, and you're probably are you still? Because I know I talked to a few different artists, and even like Mikhail Buck and Oliver Anthony and stuff like that. They're still playing at like fairs and stuff. Are you doing any of the fair shows and stuff like that around, like in your own neck of the woods?
Absolutely, yeah. I love doing fairs. There's nothing like the energy from a fair. And, I'm a cowboy singer. I'm, kind of in that genre of music, storyteller, troubadour. So I love playing the rodeos. I love playing the county fairs. I love our fair, the Lassen County Fair. And then we've done a couple others in the past that have just been a blast, and met some great people, met some great artists that I've performed with. And those have got to be my favorite, the fairs and festivals.
And that's like a lot of people. That's what is exactly what you're saying. It's like it's where they have not you get the joy and the fun and be able to be able to have a bigger audience in different stadiums and stuff like that. But when you go to and you're doing a fair, you get a different sense, and it's like a different feeling even when you're doing it at home, because where you grew up or where you're based out of, it's like those people they're right there with you 24/7, in that town or city.
Right.
It's just it's a little bit different feeling. I remember even when I was when I deployed and I talked to Toby Keith when I was getting one of his signatures, and I'm like, what's the difference when you go to a stadium and you sell out, a 60,000 person stadium compared to being at in Oklahoma and selling out maybe a 20,000 fair that you were going to. What's the thing? And it was always like, it's a different feeling. It's always going to be a different feeling. But it's knowing that those individuals have been around you as you're growing up, going through that whole transition. It's it's a great feeling.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he's also big on just altogether being with his fans, and and even supporting us veterans, in the times that we are in, and being in a combat area where he's also performing. I can't tell you how many people I've met, even up to Robin Williams. It's crazy.
Wow.
Wow, it's a big change. It's a big difference, but it's also a great feeling to be able to met some of these people. But too bad it wasn't where I'm able to meet them on a podcast that I'm now hosting. What is some of the guitar? I mean, as you're an artist and songwriter, how many guitars do you have?
Oh my gosh. Too many. I've got a ton of guitars. I don't know, around 10, 15, somewhere in there. A bunch of acoustics. I love my fine Martin guitars. I've got probably $15,000 worth of guitars sitting right here to my left on the floor, and in their cases.
Yeah.
But big Martin acoustic guy. I don't know how it became,
Yeah.
My favorite instrument, because there's a lot of guys that don't really care about how their guitar sounds. They just want something mildly expensive, something good, something reputable,
Yeah.
and then good enough to write a song on, right? That's what
Yeah.
they say. I've just taken it to the absolute embarrassing extreme with the amount of money I spend on guitars.
And listen, as we were speaking before, it's like, I'll tell you, it's you're not the only one that I know that just spends, But again, you got to be able to write a song with it and perform with it, and also the same token, you want something that's gonna be good, and with it being the one that you want and that's what you've been going towards. That's where it's at. I've got my guitar here, which it's a Dylan. What the heck is it? It's a Dylan limited edition.
Nice. Okay.
It's not a big name brand, but very expensive brand or expensive name or whatnot. It's worth some decent little money.
Yeah, I mean, if it plays, right?
Yeah.
So for the longest time before I got my nice guitars, I played this $200, I can't remember, I think it's an Ibanez, this $200 little yard sale Ibanez acoustic guitar. And I played that thing from the time I was 7 years old until my freshman year of college. And I played it until I couldn't play it anymore. That's the song I learned to play everything on, write songs on. And then it was giving up the ghost. And I said, like getting to the point where maybe I could justify something a little nicer. And my family and my friends agreed with me. They're like, dude, you've been working hard on this. So I went out and bought a Martin D18.
And that's it. I mean, that's where it begins. And I know, a lot of people say it's like, well, why do you spend so much? It's not that it's not that you're spending so much. It's just, again, as a music artist, you're gonna be, making the money back, but it's, again, you want something that is gonna be, good. And if that Martin, you said it was a D19,
D18,
D18. Still, it's gonna be well worth it. It's gonna hold up, and you're not gonna have, probably issues that you would have if you go down and pick up a $200 guitar. Again, it's still gonna do its job. But I
mean, at the end of the day, it's not the Indian, it's the arrow.
Yeah.
Or it's not the arrow, it's the Indian. Vice versa. Sorry.
Correct. Yeah.
But it's all down to your skill and what you can do. But there's a lot of people who won't be able to tell the difference between a $200 guitar and a $5,000 guitar, and that's totally okay.
Yeah.
But for us that do, for the guitar guys and everything, it's a totally personal thing, and you stick your ear up and you get real wine snobby about it,
Yep.
And then you get to the point where even the same exact model and make of guitar on the wall, you can pick up 5 of them and none of them are going to sound the same.
Absolutely.
So it's a rabbit hole, and you can go as deep or as shallow as you want, and that's something I've learned through this whole thing.
It's just like really with anything. It's like an individual with their the stuff that they like to do, their hobbies. You can go and spend $10,000 on a boat, and go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Or you can throw that you can open that black hole into the ocean and just start throwing money into it. Or you can go down the rabbit hole of having an expensive guitar. And a lot of people, I try to even tell people, I'm like, it's the musicians have got to be able to play with the stuff that they want to and what they feel is the best for them, because it's just like a pair of shoes. You go and look at you go and talk to a basketball player, and you ask them what shoes they wear, they will tell you the shoes that they recommend, because again, it's what they enjoy, what they can really perform in their shoes that they can wear.
Yep.
You know, you're just like another human being, just like myself and everybody else. We all put our pants on with one leg at a time. I mean, you're putting both legs on and jumping out of bed that way and putting your boots on. But hey, by all means, have at it. But we're all, we all prefer certain things. Some people may
absolutely.
One person may like hot dogs.
Yeah, people argue all day. Gibson, Martin, Taylor. I've got, for some reason, the Taylor guys are the worst. But I've always, talking to guys and get into debates about tone woods and brands and everything. But seriously, all of our ears are different. Yeah. We all hear things different ways. We all perceive things different ways. And I really learned that in the studio, and then putting together our in-ear monitors. Yeah. So we have the little earbuds on stage for those who are unfamiliar, but you hook up your in-ear monitor and your mix and everything and your EQ to somebody else's, and it's going to sound totally different. It's just going to be unrecognizable because all of our ears are built different.
Yeah. No, and I know exactly what you're talking about, because again, those ears are going to be the ones that have, it's the corded ones. You'd always see them, the artist wearing. It's the corded ones that go up into the ears. But it's with one of the events that we run with the nonprofit, which is Track Day for Veterans. The race car drivers, they have these same things. But it's not meant for music. It's meant for their actual radios when they're communicating to their crew chief and stuff and their spotter.
Right.
That they have in their ears, and it's like these things are molded to their ears. Nobody else's ears, their ears. Again, it's things people prefer, and people may say one thing and to another, and may prefer one, just like we were talking about the shoes and whatnot. It's everybody has a different preference for a lot of their stuff, and it's up to that individual. Yep. But I'm gonna, before I know we're gonna be getting close to it, to our end of our show, but I'm gonna switch over real quick, and we're gonna play the song. The hell was it? Which one was it? I believe it was the Steel Guitar Ain't Crying.
Okay.
I'm gonna play that right now.
Now the steel guitar ain't crying anymore. The patrons all have wandered through the door. The melody, the 1, 2, 3 of a waltz, it don't play no more. 'Cause the steel guitar ain't crying anymore. When I was just a boy, I remembered all those strings, dancing scars in the iron bar, the way it used to sing. And I knew right then and there, by the way I'd sit and stare, the steel would always be a part of me. Now the steel guitar ain't crying anymore. The patrons all have wandered through the door. The melody, the 1, 2, 3 of a waltz, it don't play no more. The steel guitar ain't crying anymore. Twang of that whole electric guitar, or the swinging of the strangers in a big honky-tonk bar. Give me that old tune ask me, and I know Hank would agree. They don't make the kind of sound they did before. Now there's none to do but sing the blues and show myself to the door. The steel guitar ain't crying anymore. Now the steel guitar ain't crying anymore. The patrons all have wandered through the door. The melody, the 1, 2, 3 of a waltz, it don't play no more. The steel guitar ain't crying anymore. And I don't want the twang of that whole electric guitar, or the swinging of the strangers in a big honky-tonk bar. Give me that old tune that Grandpa used to play with the old crime scene. Well, I'm crying in the rain.
So as we just listened to the steel guitar ain't crying, you know, that's as you said, it was just on one of your on one of the albums that you just released, which food stamps can't buy.
Food stamps don't buy flowers.
Shit. Oh, fuck.
All good. It's all good.
This is where it fucks up. All right, so we're back, and as we were just listening to the steel guitar ain't crying, as that it was on it's on the album that food stamps can't buy flowers. You know, that was it's an absolutely amazing. I tell everybody, you gotta listen to it. If you missed out on that, please definitely go ahead and you can check it out on Caleb Montgomery's on his website, which it's calebjoelmontgomery.com. Take a look at it, listen to it. You can follow the links on any of his social media platforms and pages. Definitely look him up. Take a look at it. And I believe you also have on your website, Caleb. You also have where people can purchase some of your swag and stuff, if I'm not mistaken, your merchandise. Or is that
absolutely, yeah. We just got hats back in stock too. So both styles of hats are in. We've got a Richardson 112 and a Richardson 511. And then a couple different T-shirts, different colors, sticker packs.
I'm telling you,
fresheners.
I'm gonna be going. I'll be going on to that site here later today, because I'm gonna be purchasing some of that. Because again, I'll tell you, my wife will tell you, and she will testify to it until she's blue in the face. I have more damn hats than I know what the hell I'm gonna do with them. But I own like ball caps, but I only have one damn country cowboy hat, and that's it. And that's a it's a Justin.
Nice.
And I picked that up when I was last time I was up in. Actually, I picked up two. That's a lie. I picked up two. One for my brother, one for me. But I ended up getting. I think I got like 15 or 20% off when I was there in the store, because I got a cute. I ended up getting something in a email, and I'm like, all right, I'm using it. Ended up buying the two hats and saved myself. I think it was like $30.
Nice.
So I'm like, yeah, I'll pick it up. But yeah, I'll definitely be going on there, because as I'm looking at it, I'm like, dude, the hat is crazy, And these are the hats that I like, because anything that's a trucker style hat, I'll tell you, I'm hands down, I go for it. I'm a sucker for it. And you got the stickers, Jesus Christ, air fresheners. You start kind of scaring me a little bit here, because I'm also doing the same. Not air fresheners. I'm making candles.
That's super cool.
It's called you gotta unfunk yourself, instead of unfuck yourself. It's to unfunk yourself.
I love it. I love it.
And I'll tell you, it's an awesome thing that the kids and I started doing it, and we started running the candles and bath bomb, soap and stuff. And I'm like, yeah,
cool.
this is perfect. This goes great with a military theme, and my kids have fun with it. I'm like, let's have this
awesome.
chemistry with it. So definitely gonna have to look into that. Those air fresheners, because I'll tell you, I'm always between the air fresheners I have, and I don't know about you, but I get the damn ones that smell like it's like a shave, like a fresh shave that you get done with the barbershop.
The little tree fresh shaves, dude. Yeah. Those are always in my car.
Yeah, I got so many of them up there. I finally just took a pair of scissors the other day and just cut like I think like 20 of them off my off my rear mirror. So
yeah, they get cut off maybe once every 2 years.
It's crazy. But again, you're just another human. You're just another human being, another individual, just like us.
Absolutely.
And I appreciate you coming on this evening. And I got one last question for you: Chevy or Ford?
Oh shoot! If I have to pick, Chevy, Duramax all day.
Are you a Dodge guy?
I'm a Dodge guy.
Mopar. I'm not gonna throw it out there, because I'm gonna say he's probably gonna be a Dodge guy, but Chevy or Ford? I'm glad you went with Chevy, because if you went with Ford, as everybody knows, found on the roadside dead. That's what Ford is. So if you can't fix it, you got to ram it, and the Dodge will do the job for you.
There you go.
I just got rid of my 2500 Ram. I'll tell you, 187,000 miles on it. It was it was the Hemi 5.7.
Nice, that's a good engine.
But it was a good engine. Bad lifters, I'll tell you. The Hemis Hemis have been going around. I want to say from 2016 or so to like 2022, 2023, maybe 2022. I'd say. I wouldn't say 2023, but 2020, at least 2021, 2022. They started having the lifters issues from the 16 to probably 20. Yep. I would say 2021, 2022 time frame. Bad lifters.
I just got rid of my 2500 Dodge, the 5.9 24 valve, and it was such a good truck. I already regret getting rid of it, but I went through fuel pump after fuel pump with that thing. I had a 5-stage tuner on it, going through fuel pumps, took it out, ended up burning out the VP pump. Decided, you know what, some high schooler somewhere is going to absolutely dig this thing. So I was like, you have it. Now I drive a Toyota, and those things don't break.
Yeah, no, and I bought my wife, I bought her a car, bought 2 SUVs, and got rid of mine. And I'm like, I kind of regret it, but I had to, because when gas prices went straight up, I'm like, dude, I'm spending almost $200 to fill my truck up, and I'm going from where I live all the way out to Boston. I'm like, Jesus, this is yeah. I got. It's time for me to get rid of it. But lo and behold, I ended up getting more than almost what I paid for it. I got like 22,000 for it. Is what I got for it. And that's great. I had 180 something thousand miles on it. I mean, come on.
Can't go wrong.
No, that's when everybody needed that friggin' wanted a pickup truck, and they were having issues with getting new trucks in, and they were taking anything that was still running and giving you good coin for it. So
big time.
So I gotta say, I kind of pitch it for the Ram guy, but I'm like, I'll just give the option Chevy or Ford because, you know, a lot of people still try to say, you know, I'll go with the Chevy or Ford, but really the Ram's still it. But Toyotas, I'll tell you, that was the first vehicle I had. I had a 1990 Toyota Tercel.
Nice. There you go.
And
I've got a
that didn't die.
2008 Toyota FJ Cruiser. And I just love the hell out of that thing, man. Goes everywhere. I sunk a bunch of money into it a while back, and I don't ever plan on getting rid of it. That's just that's my ride, man.
Those are nice. Those are it's like between a it's between an SUV and a Jeep. It's like
kind of.
It's like
it's a weird middle ground. I mean, at first glance, they're kind of ugly, but they grow on you big time. And I'm a big like to go explore. I'm a big arrowhead hunting guy, and so I go out to the desert out here and got the rooftop tent for it. Spend days out there in the desert and doing that kind of stuff, and it's just awesome for that.
Nice. But again, you know, we appreciate you coming on this evening. Definitely appreciate you taking the time out of your day. And this is actually going to be the last question. Cowboy boots. What kind of boots do you wear?
Oh, shoot. I wear Cody James, Tony Lama, Ariat.
Yep.
There's a few different pairs. You know, I kind of live the cowboy lifestyle out here.
Yeah.
I'm out on a ranch right now, 100-acre ranch. So,
nice.
Satellite internet, baby, let's go. But got the man. I've had my Cody James boots forever. The leather sole. Don't let anybody tell you any different. That leather sole with the wood heel.
Yes.
They are the most uncomfortable thing you will ever have at first. But you wear them enough, you sweat in them, and that leather is just the most perfect custom insole you've ever had once you wear them for a while.
I'll tell you, I remember my first pair of boots, and I'll tell you, it's the same thing. Wooden heel, leather sole. I'll tell you, it was uncomfortable breaking them in, but once you broke them in, no problem. It's the same. It's the same. I think I have a pair of Tony Lamas as well. Which was like, I think people knock me for it. They're like, why'd you spend $600 on that? Because they're perfect. I love them. You know, it's
hard finding that perfect boot, man.
It is, and it's just like finding the perfect hat too. It's like, once you get to it, it's shape and it's perfect. It's meant for me. So.
Yep.
Again, thank you so much. Again, we really appreciate you coming on. We definitely look forward to definitely following you and be able to see you out there and see you grow. And definitely, it's going to be absolutely amazing. Thanks again. I really appreciate it.
Thanks so much for having me on, Doug. I really appreciate it. This was awesome. Thank you for your service, and to all the veterans watching, thank you guys as well. Just y'all are amazing, so thank you so much.
You're very welcome, man. Hey, have a good one and enjoy that sunset while it lasts, because it's probably already gone.
Yep.
All right, we'll catch you guys later, and I'll have Beavis and Butthead take it away from here. Tell us how they think about it. See you later, guys.
Shut up! Shut up!
Yeah, shut up!
You suck!
Stop, in the name of all that which does not suck.
Thanks for watching Fubar Studios Veteran Reinforcement. Please make sure to check out the Fubar Studios on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and visit the website at fubarstudio.com. Fubar Studios is a Sinista1 Production.